Oh, I just cracked my neck.
You had to do that right when we went live? Really?
Yeah, dude, that's a good way to start it. Crack, crack. You
Oh,
know.
wait, that was crazy. Shit, I had like two tabs open the podcast. That's really unprofessional, but it's fine. Thanks, Joey, for throwing off my mellow. I appreciate it. Anyway,
I fucked my own belly button with
hello,
a Kit Kat.
hello, viewers. Hello. Welcome to the Lone Chemist Podcast. My name is Johnny, and as you can tell, I am the Lone Chemist. And here with me, I have the one, the only penguin I've ever met with a single armpit, let alone two. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Yep,
have
that's me.
Joey, aka Juicy, aka
You could find some more nicknames in there. I
I.
believe in you.
I could, but I'm gonna carry on living my life anyway. I have
All right.
Joey from Armored Penguin here. What is going on, my friend? How we doing?
Nothing much, you know. Just talking shit about Black Panther, like how we do. So
No, we can't jump right into that. That's always a fucking subject that we
you
talk.
can't kill my segue, dude. I was segueing from the intro to Black Panther.
All right, fine. All right, so can we?
You're the boss.
But you're coming in. I was gonna catch up with you, see what you're doing first.
Working on a Glass mock movie review that I want to have out this week, which would be cool.
Okay.
Then I'll have what? No, I'm live.
Could you not yell right into the microphone?
Sorry.
My earbuds legitimately just got popped. Oh god, this is the best episode of my podcast ever. Thank you.
We're starting off good, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have a cool video out. Before Valentine's Day, and then another cool video out, the 50 Shades Part 2
Oh god.
video.
Dude, you
That's
enlightened
coming.
me, man, cuz okay, so I thought that if you guys aren't following Armpit Armpit Penguin on Twitter, he has a banner photo that is him in leather whips and belts and chains, and I thought it was just like he posed for something, but you lived a tutorial of said experience.
Right.
And how
And
was
it
it?
was
Blink rating out of 10. 0 to 10. Go.
what? Wait, what?
Blink rating out of 10. How was the experience for you? 0 out of 10. Go.
0 out of 10. It was. It's not my type of shit, Like I don't like pain on me, but
But he liked to
it was
inflict pain.
fun.
Got it.
Yeah, I like to inflict pain. Basically, I'm just itch,
You're like Ted Bundy, dude.
Oh, I finished that documentary last night.
Dude, that was fucked up, man. That whole thing with Ted Bundy. That's really fucked up.
Yeah, that docu-series is not very well made. The story's really crazy, but it was very boring.
So
You know?
you know what I watched from about Ted Bundy recently? I watched his last interview like 12 hours before they put him to death.
Hmm.
Like it was like the weirdest, like most surreal thing. I would check it out. The whole thing's on YouTube. It's like, I mean, like it's a really dark thing. But yeah,
I love it.
it's pretty interesting just because of just human psychology and stuff. But yeah,
Is that when he was like confessing and talking about God and stuff?
yeah, he like talked about like pornography. He talked about
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I
yeah.
think they mentioned that in the
Yeah,
episode.
it was like a 2 hour interview, I think, or something like that. It was
Right.
interesting though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get into anything else, like with a Black Panther or any superhero stuff, people are melting down over that fucking Ted Bundy trailer with Zac Efron in it.
I actually haven't seen it yet.
Oh
So,
well,
but like a good meltdown, like oh shit, it's gonna be great, or like how dare they
I
tell a story?
I don't know what the actual excuse me, like the reaction's supposed to be like. I feel like from what I can gather from the tweets that I've read, like they're mad because they're portraying this guy as like human or like becoming or like attractive or something like that, where it's like
Hmm.
you should castigate this guy as a monster because he is. But like, I mean, if you just casting him as a monster, the movie would last 30 minutes. There's nothing really to explore. So like, yeah, he can be it's like a Patrick Bateman in American Psycho, for example. We know he's a fucking psychopath, but we have to see the intricacies of his character before we can actually make a judgment on the guy, because we know he's an evil fuck from right from the beginning. But
Right.
like, I could be misstating the issue completely because I'm not woke on the Twitter culture and shit. Because I, have like,
No, I think it's
yeah,
like people that are mad. It's so complicated because like understanding them is complicated and it's a complicated story. So that's what the movie should be. Is
yeah,
complicated. It's like okay, because Ted Bundy had like while he was on death row, he had a girlfriend. They got pregnant. And they had a child together. Like
wow,
there was a woman that loved him, and then like he was complicated. People in the media thought he was so handsome, and how could this guy do it, and like all this other type shit.
yeah,
So it's a complicated scenario. I don't think people should get mad. I think they should let the story be what it is, and
yeah,
then get mad
yeah.
after. I
No, but
guess.
that's what I'm saying too. Where it's like, dude, like, if movies were just like one note and not really anything to dissect and really,
Right.
put on the screen in a really grandiose way, why the hell we go to the movies? Like, why
Hmm.
would we even want to like watch a character progress if we don't actually
Right.
understand why things are complex in their life?
Right. Then that would just kill like the Joker and fucking Walter White in Breaking Bad because
Oh
like these
yeah,
are awful people, but it's like they're fascinating to watch.
yeah,
Like no
exactly.
one's justifying their actions, you know.
Yeah, and like the whole thing, like for example, like what's the fucking show? It's um, fuck, I forget the name of it. Oh, Narcos, the one with Pablo Escobar, right? So like that guy
Right.
is on one half, he's like a sycophantic and like disgusting murderer, drug dealer, like psychopath, sociopath. On the other hand, he was one of the biggest like forces of philanthropy for his country. So it's like he had this kind of strong internal nationalistic pride, but he's also just a complete monster. So like I don't know, like taking those characters in history that are like really, they seem like they're one note from the way the media or just general folklore portrays them. But if you
Right.
have a character that's actually complex, that's I think that should be explored in the movie. I don't think it's like
Absolutely.
I don't think it's like
People are
make,
just
yeah,
bitches, honestly.
honestly, man. Like
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
everyone got mad over Bryan Cranston for taking a quadriplegic role. You see that shit?
Yeah, I saw the rage over it. I think they're fucking retarded. It's so stupid.
It's like, dude, like I had like a 20-minute conversation with this with fucking Alex from High Top. Where like
Hmm.
legitimately, the point of an actor is to embody the emotions of the character and pretend they're them. That is the point of being that's the point of being an
Right.
actor. And so like
Right.
no one shit on Michael Fassbender for playing a sex addict in Shame when he is in all likelihood probably not a sex addict in real life. No one shit
Right.
on Daniel Day-Lewis for playing a guy with CP and he had, my left foot being active during my left foot. No one shit on him for that. I don't know
Hmm.
what recently has started this whole cancel culture where it's like, so instead of just like castigating people that like, deserve to be canceled, like R. Kelly, who is credibly accused like
Yeah.
child molester, or like
Yep.
um Harvey Weinstein, who's a credibly accused sexual molester and like abuses
Rapist
power and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey, who's been credibly accused, which like
Rest in
the
peace.
yeah, dude. Honestly, I mean, complete creep and nut job, but like, god damn it, he was a good actor. Fuck.
I know that's why like he's the saddest one. I think. When I found out, I was like, no.
No, the sad one,
can't be
the sad one for me
true.
is fucking James Gunn, dude. James Gunn, like that one, like
No, but that wasn't. He didn't do anything.
exactly.
He made
That's
some shitty
that's the
jokes.
worst, dude. That's the worst
That's the
point.
difference.
That's the worst part of it. It's like literally, okay, if he diddled somebody, sure, but he made tweets before he was even hired.
Titled somebody.
What? I'm just being honest, dude. It's 2019, man. Learn the lingo.
The way you
God,
said that was perfect.
what the fuck are they even talking about? God damn it.
We're talking about the outrage, but I think
Oh,
the outrage came from
yeah.
like, mostly blackface. Like I think that is like, or the whitewashing in roles. I think those are the two main things right now. You know what I
But
mean?
like I feel like people are just being canceled for just like the stupidest things. Like, okay, yeah, if someone went in blackface like in a movie and like it wasn't like a Tropic Thunder kind of thing where like the
Right.
blackface is like part of the character and like the character's really fucked up. That's why he does it. Like if a guy was actually pretending to be a black person, okay, that's somewhat understandable. I mean, I personally disagree with it. I'm a free speech absolutist. But
Right.
like fuck, man. Like there's so many things that people are like being fucking canceled for. Like fuck, like someone told some stupid joke. Like I forget, it was some stand up. Kevin Hart, for example, like he got flamed. Like I don't know, man. It's really sad.
Oh, for his old
Yeah,
tweets
the
where he
old
was
tweets.
using the
Yeah.
F word
Oh,
that you can't
dude,
say.
Empowered Soldier in my fucking chat made up a great point. We're literally like
Yeah.
MPH is not shit on for like playing a different sexual orientation than he is in real life. It's like you're
Yeah.
allowed to embody a role and pretend. It's
And in How I Met Your Mother, he fucking owns that shit. Like when I watched it, I didn't know he was gay.
yeah,
Like he
dude.
was so believable.
Yeah, dude. I'm not a huge fan of that show. I do like it, but like,
Oh, I love that
yeah,
show.
no, it's very good. And also, you look kind of like Marshall. I will say,
Everybody says that. Yeah, it's a thing. All
dude, it's a
my
compliment.
comments.
Jason Segel is a smoke bro, for sure.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, but anyway, I digress. Yeah, man. Like, I think that like you should allow actors the ability to play. You shouldn't pigeonhole them. Like, dude, and this is the thing that really pissed me off. Where like, so when I sent that tweet out about Bryan Cranston, and I was like, this is a completely false debate, and this is kind of pathetic at this point. And someone responded to me, and they were completely serious, saying, "You're not disabled. You can't cast judgment." And I said, and I was like, so does that mean I can only cast judgment on actors that are 6'3", black hair, brown eyes, and have scruff? Like that's the only people I can actually. Like, okay, so who's in that? Who's in that like thing? Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Billy Crudup. I think it's pretty much it. Like so, it's like
I can only talk about Jason Segel. That's it. That's all I can talk about.
But dude, it's like that's such a logical fallacy. It's like
No, I know. It's like killing your voice just based off of your like identity, quote unquote.
yeah, and also it's like subjective opinions. Like
Right.
another thing that like Alex and I brought up, where it's like if let's say you're a person in the disabled community, you know, there's a lot of terrible stigmas behind people that have disabilities that, you know, aren't able to become actors because of the disabilities and stuff. Wouldn't you want somebody who's a fantastic actor to actually portray the struggle and the mental anguish and the physical anguish that puts you through? Like, for example, Eddie Redmayne played Stephen Hawking.
Yeah,
and
The Theory of Everything.
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic.
But he did a good job with it. He did a very good job.
Incredible.
Yeah, he did great. And so like, wouldn't you want that like as a person in the disabled community? Wouldn't you want that to be like in the ether now, where like people are like, oh God, we saw this guy decay throughout his life, but he still maintained his spirit. To have a good actor portray those emotions and also the physical ailments, wouldn't that like for me, like intuitively, I would say that kind of is what you would want. Like if you were that. I mean, obviously, like I'm speaking of a place I'm outside of the disabled community, so I'm not really one to judge, but like I just think like intuitively, I think that you can reason that you would want a good actor to be that. You don't need somebody to have the actual ailment they have to, you know, to exhibit. Like fucking RJ Mitty in Breaking Bad. Like he actually has CP. It's not,
that's true.
Yeah, but he dials it up because like he's a very mild form of CP. But again, he's able to actually, you know, symbolically relate to the people who actually have it to the degree this character does. But I don't know, man. I feel
like
like
Bryan Cranston doesn't have cancer.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, if I want to play Bryan Cranston's character Walter White in a play, I'd have to get brain cancer and lung cancer first, and then I can go on stage and like shave my goatee and stuff, and then
kill a couple children, a couple drug dealers, and then you could do it.
It's just so funny because like, dude, like debating people like that really just it feels
You
so.
just can't debate them because they just like attack who you are personally.
What for sure, but I'm saying it's like the easiest. It's not even a debate. It's just like it's a reduction because it's like it's the seriously. But hear me out. It's the logical extension of what they're talking about. It's like you can't comment on that because you're not disabled. I'm like, okay, well you can comment on any male role ever. You can only comment to female roles, or the other way around if a guy says that. And so, and then like you apply this in logic to them, and like, well, no, it's like
basically,
it's just so stupid. Like it should never be an issue. Like it really shouldn't.
DiCaprio was great as a 1800s slave owner. That is a good
meme
statement.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's a good meme. We'll say some what's up in the chat. So Connor Keen's one of my boys from college. What is up, Connor?
What's brackin'?
Elijah Colbert is actually, so if you look at the Secret Podcast, the banner, he's the one who made the anime art. It's like the cartoon logos of like me and Chris and Matt and Xavier.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. John Early's, I think, is a High Top Films' friend, and then Ruben Garcia and Powered Soldier are my loyal supporters from day one. So.
Oh yeah, dude.
All right. So what the hell are we talking about here?
I don't know. Fuck Black Panther. That's what I'm gonna say.
All right. So I think I talked about this on the Secret Podcast. I think it's my first appearance, episode 92. I want to say. So let me get the good out of the way of Black Panther. I like Chadwick Boseman's performance as T'Challa. I liked the vigor that Michael B. Jordan had in the role. I'm not talking about the character right now. I'm talking about like his actual
what word did you
vigor, like excitement, like enthusiasm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I liked all the production designs. It was very pretty. It was like, I like the marriage of like the old African, like tribal-esque stuff with some of the new wave technology. Now, some of it was terrible, like in the final scene with like the cloak and like the shield and shit. That was really bad. But I'm saying the costumes and like the settings, they were much more colorful and much more vibrant than in other Marvel films. I loved Claw as the villain, and that's also the reason why I fucking hate the movie. I like it and I hate it for that. And then I really liked the end of the movie. They, open up the press conference with Wakanda, and they have like the isolationist to collaborationist kind of thing. Like, and that kind of is a nice like political message, I in my opinion. But everything else, man, I thought that was the most overrated movie I have ever seen, ever. Like, and the fact that this movie is nominated for a Best Picture at the Oscars. And Infinity War, which is, subjective opinions aside, that movie is objectively so much better than this. And it is so much better written and has a better villain.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah. Juggles more characters. It does it in a more entertaining way. The villain is actually, like, not overrated. But no, okay, so with me, I feel like Black Panther is not the movie that we should have got. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't have been, I don't know how to say it, but basically everything about the movie didn't feel authentic. Like, we talk about the cinematography, when they have like shots of him and he's talking to his dad in the afterlife, right? Or whatever, like the visions with other Panthers. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's like green screen behind him, and it looks so bad, of like the African fucking desert. It's like, why not go there and try and get some of those visuals and actually get some of that essence in the film instead of just putting a green screen? And
I totally agree.
Much green screen for like everything. It's
but dude, like, there is green screen in superhero films and really just fantasy films that looks seamless. Like, for example, like, I thought that Titan scene in Infinity War looked fantastic. Like, the lighting, the staging, I thought that looked fantastic. I'm saying in comparison to this. Like, you can have...
When we first see Thanos?
No. So this is when, like, Thanos goes to meet Doctor Strange, like, on that distant-ass planet, and, like, he fights, and they almost get the glove off of him. The orange planet. So, like, obviously you can tell in that instance as well, it's all green screen, but it's done in such a way where it's actually convincing. With this one, it looks like they have, like, a tarp at, like, a school play, and it's just, like, hanging in the back. And so it's, like... It's I don't know. It's hard for me to think that,
It also relied on politics to sell the film, as opposed to a good original story. And also, another thing that I noticed is that I watch Civil War all the time because I fucking love that movie. And Black Panther's character is like perfectly written into that story.
Yeah.
And I was so excited for Black Panther because I was like, okay, he's so badass in Civil War. I can't imagine what he's going to be like in Black Panther. And it was like, he wasn't the same character. He didn't have the same kind of like
complex
essence.
Yeah. Like, dude, like, so in Civil War, like, Black Panther's in maybe 18 minutes of the movie, and he has actually a great character arc. He's great, and not just the performance, but like the realization where it's like he becomes more of a pacifist, like at the end of the movie, where like literally he's out for blood when his father dies, and then like as he learns more and more about this world that he's thrust into with the Avengers fighting each other, and then he realizes that like the reason why Zemo killed his father, or inadvertently killed his father, is because his family was inadvertently killed. So he sees part of himself in Zemo, and then he finally spares his life, but then he brings him to justice. That is so subtle. That is so succinct. Like, they have nothing close to that, because in Black Panther, he never struggles. You never see him struggle as a king.
Well, I mean, he does get killed and thrown off of a cliff, but that's not a real struggle.
But an internal struggle, a diplomatic struggle. Because, like, okay,
right.
like a different kind of plot device I think would have worked better is like, you know, maybe he's really, really good at being Black Panther, but like he is inheriting this role of being a king and he fucking sucks at it. And then because of him, his country's in shambles, and then he has to learn to, you know, balance his light between the two. Or the other way around. He's a great diplomatic king, but because of that, he's losing focus on being Black Panther. And then because of that, then Claw and Killmonger come to rise, and he has to, like, you know, abandon a part of his life that he's really become fond of, being a diplomat instead of you know, a superhero. Like, those things would show him teetering the line between, you know, two types of different character motifs, and they never do that. Like, the only real conflict they have is Claw dies in Act 3, which is really stupid because fucking, you know, he's the biggest Black Panther villain, like, in all of the comics, which really pissed me off. But like, there's no internal struggle for T'Challa to keep choosing to be Black Panther, because he has no reason to be Black Panther except for the fact that he was born Black Panther and he must stay Black Panther. You don't actually feel like why the weight of that character is important to him. So like, I don't know, man. Like, the movie, it does some things right, but it just gets a lot of basic things wrong. Like, have your hero be reticent if you're gonna write him as like a, you know, a vindicated hero at the end. Yeah. Too many people suck that movie's dick, man. Where literally it just like it's so annoying.
I know,
but
but and then the villain as well. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's the best Marvel villain," and it's like, not really.
I know.
Like he's cool. Okay, you're over there doing a dance, doing a number. I was saying, he's cool, but he doesn't really have like.
Yeah, I hear that.
He wasn't really poor, or like, he wasn't really written in a way that was convincing, and also having him killed at the end, I don't think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And wait, do you see me?
I can see you.
Hold on. Keep talking. I think I'm filming on my fucking power strip here. 1 second. Keep talking. Yeah, so go, Joey.
It shows a little battery icon, I think, on me. All right, people of the Lone Chemist podcast. It's just me and you now. Yeah, I think we're waiting for Johnny to plug in his shit real quick. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or something else that we could be doing.
There we go.
You got it?
We're kosher, baby. We're kosher.
All right, cool. I was just like filling the airwaves with bullshit. Right.
Wait, you didn't freestyle? That's bullshit.
I didn't. I don't have my freestyles ready, dude.
You know, but that's the point of freestyling. Like, you can't.
No. There's two different types of freestyles. There's one that you write and one that you don't. It's Then
one is rehearsed and one is not, and they're clear. What?
That's what it is. Freestyles. I promise you, that's what it is.
Oh. As a person who's impossibly white, that just shattered all my preconceived notions of like freestyles. I thought you just like, I thought people like would like rap battle and just like come the shit on the fly with the flow and stuff.
Well, like older MCs used to do that, but now like basically 99% of people, they have their pre-written freestyles, quote unquote.
You just shattered my hopes and dreams, man. I thought, you know, you were like William Shakespeare, like, you know, crafting rhymes. Speaking of crafting rhymes, that fucking game you played in your live stream that one time was pretty fun.
Oh, I know. I want to play that like every Saturday or do some type of community thing every Saturday, but
yeah, you gotta come back on the secret podcast and like show them that game, because they all rap, those three. That would be hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Matt does too.
Yeah, they all rap. They're actually all like pretty decent at it too.
Okay. All right.
That
I'm
might be the
excited.
move. You need like even number of people to play, right? You need like 6 people, 8 people, something like that.
Yeah, I think the minimum for that game is 3.
Oh god,
But
okay.
yeah, we could. Yeah.
Um,
Um.
all right. So, all right. What else we talk about today? So we shit on. So before we get back in the movies, I want to tell you about the shitstorm of weather that's out behind me right now. So
Okay.
Chicago is experiencing what's called the polar vortex right now. So I'm from Chicago. Well, I'm not from Chicago. I live in Chicago. I'm from the East Coast, but
Gotcha.
Chicago is experiencing basically the coldest weather it's experienced since 1984. So
Okay.
the record for the lowest temperature in Chicago was 26 degrees below zero.
Ay, ay, ay.
Uh, at 6 a.m. this morning, it will be 27 degrees below zero.
Fuck.
And the gust of wind from the polar vortex is going to have the wind chill be minus 51. So literally, so they can't. That's why I'm like, doing the podcast late, because like they literally said like to everyone in Northwestern, or I shouldn't have doxed myself. Damn it. Well, actually, no, they all know from my fucking first podcast. Never mind. But sad. I feel like I'm being like sly and cool and stuff, but then I realize that I've said my name in my school like a million times, so it's whatever.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm stupid. It's fine.
That's all right.
But anyway, so they literally said in an email today, do not stay outside for more than 3 minutes. You will get frostbite if you have any skin exposed. So,
Holy shit.
so basically, I have my fucking douchey ass like Canada Goose coat. I have my stupid ass like scarves and wrap them on my face and stuff. I
Nice.
snagged my lab goggles from lab, so I'm gonna have like basically Despicable Me goggles, like so I can like be a minion. And I have four pairs of gloves, 4 pairs of socks, like all this shit. So if I go outside tomorrow, I'm going like as an astronaut. I'm basically fucking Neil Armstrong and First Man.
How do you even like go around? Like how do you even do shit in that weather?
No, like, trust me. Like the only reason I go outside is like if so I did a big shop before I came home today. If I really need something, then like there's gonna be like something open, but like I probably won't leave for most of the day. And actually, it's gonna be kind of nice because yeah, like I have a video that I want to finish up, so not having lab tomorrow will be pretty nice. I can just chill and do that, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I'm just worried my
Sure.
fucking my pipes bursting or my car not starting or my car freezing over and stuff. So
Right.
I'll go outside periodically, make sure that's not going to happen. But yeah,
That's not fun.
Powered Soldier says in this chat, "Be careful, Johnny. You might experience Snowpiercer." That movie's underrated, man. I love that movie. That
It
movie's
is.
awesome.
It's a good ass movie.
It's weird though.
Yeah, it's
It's so weird. Wait. Bong Sup-Cho, who directed that one again? It's the same guy who did Osha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same guy. Forgot his name.
Yeah, it's the guy who did The Host as well, right? It's fuck his name. Yeah. Bong Joon-ho, yeah. Yeah, that movie was crazy, man. It was fucking nuts.
Definitely is good. Someone says they want us to talk about the animated movie nominations.
Oh, for Best Picture, okay. All right,
Yeah,
so
let me see. Animated feature. There's some good ones on this list. I've seen everything, but I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but Mirai?
yeah,
Have
I
you
forget
seen that one?
I forget what the let's see.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. Sorry, my internet's slow as fuck when I try to stream at the same time as going on the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Mirai, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and then Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, hands down. Like
I would have to agree with that. But since it's the Academy, Isle of Dogs might be up there with
for sure. Like I like Isle of Dogs, but like it is nowhere near Wes Anderson's best film. Like it's beautiful.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
It's a
like
good movie.
actually, like the thing I like about Isle of Dogs, it's like it feels so personal, even though it's like such an impersonal experience. Like you have like human voices and like human jaw movements coming out of dogs, but like it still feels like a personal story. But Spider-Man, I felt like thematically was just a much, much better film. Like
It's
I
just perfect. Like honestly, it's just a
honestly,
perfect ass movie.
like the only thing I didn't like was like there were a couple like, well, I mean, it's not really a complaint. It's more like the style of the movie. It's like, Spider Ham, I feel like was the only reason they were there is because they wanted to A, have an Easter egg for the comic book fans, and B, entertain children, which is like, that's fine. You can do that for sure. I just thought it was kind of out of place, but I did like John Mulaney's voice. But dude,
What?
dude,
I don't know. I thought those things served their purpose. Like I wasn't expecting a
no,
storyline or like an
no, for
overarching.
sure, for sure. But like, I wanted like, I guess like for me, like the movie was so. The thing I liked about the movie is like it was so grounded, but it was such a ludicrous premise. It was like different timelines and different alternate realities and stuff. And then like I feel like with the Spider Ham thing, it just kind of brought me out of that a little bit because like it was working for me so well. It was so surreal and so obtuse, but it was so grounded at the same time. And the pig thing just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. But I'm not saying it's a bad part of the movie. There are a couple funny parts of it
Yeah.
with Spider Ham. But
Um.
what I love, but like Spider-Man, like honestly, like that's
Well,
an
what
animated film that took risks. Like
it
Incredibles
did.
2 was fine. Like it was not that good, but it was fine. It didn't take a single risk. And Spider-Man was a risky premise. Like it's crazy.
Um. Rank yours in like 1 to 5. Have you seen all of them?
I have not seen Mirai. I've seen all the other ones though.
Me either. All right. So
All right.
what's your rank list?
All right. Spider-Man number 1, Dogs number 2.
Oh wow.
I would say Incredibles number 3, and then Ralph
What?
Breaks the Internet number 4.
Jesus. Okay. I would say Spider-Man. Ralph Breaks the Internet. That movie hit me in my heart like bad.
Really?
Yeah, it did. And then Isle of Dogs, and then Incredibles 2. And I can't speak for Mariah, but
Yeah. Apparently it's pretty good, that Mirai movie. Yeah, but yeah, like
I loved Ralph Breaks the Internet. You didn't like it that much?
I don't really remember
The first act is like really bad. It's
Yeah.
like really slow. But then like as it went on, I was like, oh shit, this is thoroughly
So
entertaining.
yeah, so that is true. And also granted, I've seen Spider-Man, Incredibles 2, and Isle of Dogs all at least one time or more. So like I've seen like, them all like 2 times. Ralph Breaks the Internet, I only saw it once, so it's like I
I've
don't know.
only seen all those movies once, except Mariah. But yeah.
But like the thing is like I like seeing a movie more than once in theaters because like it allows me to like, okay, first I can understand the story and stuff and understand character motifs, and then in the second watch I can just marvel at like technical aspects of it. Like for example, when I saw Vice this year, the first time I saw Vice was, first of all, I loved it because I love Adam McKay movies. But
So I haven't
it's watch it and then let me know how you think because I feel like your reaction would be interesting for it. But at any rate, like the first time I saw it, it was like the first time was like just getting used to Adam McKay's directing style for a biopic. And then like, I obviously like that because I'm a fan of his. And then the second time I picked up on all the little tiny things that he does with editing and transitioning and sequencing and stuff. And I just really I understood how masterful it was. So that's what I kind of like to do with movies that like I feel like have a lot of potential on the first watch. Like, I mean, Spider-Man I just thought was genius the first time I saw it. Incredibles 2 got worse the second time I saw it. Isle of Dogs, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a big Incredibles 2 guy, to be honest with you. But
yeah, I liked it, but it wasn't Incredibles, so
yeah, Incredibles 1 is legitimately Pixar like at their best, like in my opinion. Like I think it's Pixar's best film. Yeah. It's the only good Fantastic Four movie we've ever gotten. The Thing, the Stretchy, the Force Field and Invisibility Girl, and then the guy. Well, I mean, the Fire is like the Human Torch, but
he's also fast.
yeah, exactly.
Talk about Bumblebee. I actually haven't seen it, but I heard it was really good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I hear it's actually like a good grounded Transformers story, which is, I thought that was an oxymoron to be honest with you, but apparently it exists. Yeah. So have you seen all the other Transformers movies? You've seen first one, Revenge of the Fallen.
1, 2, 3. Which
I
one's
think
the
it's
one with the dinosaurs?
Age of Extinction, and then
I've seen that one.
the Age of Extinction is it follows fucking
The
the
Dark
third
of
one,
the
Dark of the
Moon.
Moon, and after that is the
Okay.
Last Night. I think the Last Night is the one with like Merlin and stupid shit like that.
So I've seen all of those except the Last Night. Yeah, I haven't seen the Last Night. I've seen all the way up to the dinosaurs, and then that's it. But I
Yeah.
like the first one. I really liked the first one.
Yeah, like it knew what it was. It was like
Yeah.
it knows like, okay, look, we're taking action figures when you were kids and we're trying to make an emotionally grounded story about it. And I know
Hmm.
it's not going to be perfect for sure, but like it knew what it was, and it was campy, and it was like, some stupid stuff aside. But like the second and the third movies, like they tried to keep the light, nonchalant tone, but they also took themselves so seriously. Like it was like like it felt like Michael
Right.
Bay like thought the movie was so much more important than it actually was, where it just came off as kind of pretentious. And then because you're pretentious and you have no subject matter, it's just a complete
Well, I think the
clusterfuck.
second one is they didn't have a script for it when they
So it was
started filming.
yeah, so it was in the writer's strike basically, right? So like they were
Right.
just kind of like improving and like as they go along and stuff. But even so, like in the third movie when they actually like have a script writer all the way through, it still has that kind of the jarring tonal shift between like having a movie that is completely lackadaisical and crazy, but also is really self-serious and self-important and stuff. And like to me, like self-importance is probably the worst thing you can be as a movie, where it's like you have to understand what you are first before you can get into the deeper stuff, and then
Yeah,
once
that's
you
fair.
actually are like self-aware, you can actually do that. But
I do love the first one.
yeah,
I have to say that.
no, for sure. Like it's a
Like,
lot.
Shia LaBeouf is my man, and Megan Fox back then. Whew.
Yeah, before her 55 surgeries. Yeah, she was
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why women do that. Some women do that. Like they're already naturally beautiful, but then they just like
it's isn't that so weird? It's like fuck
weird.
that the whole like body dysmorphia thing is a real thing, where it's like people that are like
Yeah.
absolutely just like drop dead gorgeous and beautiful, and like without any makeup they're beautiful, like they
Mhm.
just like turn themselves into like a ghoulish like creature. Like, it's kind of weird.
It's this weird obsession of like youth. It's like this is one thing that's inevitable is you're gonna get old and die. So just fucking accept it. But
But
people
isn't that
fight it so bad.
Dude, but isn't that so weird? Because like a lot of those surgeries that are meant to embody youth end up making you look older, like at a couple years after you got the surgery. Like
Yeah, it's true.
because like when people like get their cheeks reduced or like they have like Botox and stuff, yeah, you may look like shiny and puffier like when you first get it, but like 6 months
They do
later,
look shiny.
they seriously do. Like they look like they're
They look
glistening.
hella
They just came from the
shiny.
gym, and so like
Yeah.
when they wear off in like fucking a couple years or whatever, they end up looking wrinkled and weird. Like,
It's like no, they don't look wrinkled. It's like this weird plastic
sure,
trait.
yeah,
Or like you know
yeah.
what I mean? And it's like you don't look like a human anymore. Like what are you doing?
You're literally a
Like
ghoul. Yeah.
I'd rather smash on like a wrinkly grandma than a plastic grandma. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Totally. You
Okay,
want
I
to?
think this turned into the secret podcast on accident. My bad.
I think Matt is like behind you, like feeding you lines or some shit.
Yeah,
Get out
exactly.
from under there.
Exactly.
Oh fuck.
Uh,
Honestly, like,
Anyway.
can someone in the chat please clip that and like someone please cancel Joey for that?
Yeah, just cancel me already.
Do whatever.
Anyway,
Honestly, cancel me. I fucking like 1,300 subs. Actually, 1,200. Oh yeah, it's even worse than I thought. Good. Well, I love all you guys in the
live
chat.
stream, there's like your taskbar under my camera. You see that
Huh?
on the live stream? You have
Yeah.
your taskbar under my
Oh really?
camera.
Oops.
It's small. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There you go. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking
Okay.
idiot.
Get that taskbar out of here.
Can't tell my chemistry programs, bro.
Anyway,
Oh god, what was we talking about? Oh, so you were talking about Glass before we started the podcast.
oh yeah, it's just like it's one of those movies.
Well, so first of all, let's set the stage first. Unbreakable, I think, is an incredible film. Like I like the only thing that I really had an issue with was the marketing campaign. Like the marketing campaign completely missed the point of what the movie was trying to be or what the message was.
Unbreakable. When did that come out?
2001, I believe. I know.
Yeah, that was
dude. So I think it was 7. I want to say, yeah, 7. And like, I actually remember like I was walking into that movie with my mom and dad, and I was scared. Like I legitimately thought it was gonna be like a scary movie or whatever. And then I walked out. I'm like, that wasn't a scary movie. Like that was kind of like different. And obviously I didn't like pick up on all the subtleties of like the scripts when I was that young. But like when I watched the movie later in my life, I realized that like the movie is really a retelling of like a superhero mythology, but the superhero just has no idea that they're a superhero, which is such an interesting way of retelling that kind of story, where like they market it as like the typical M. Night Shyamalan, okay, you don't know the truth, I'm going to tell you the truth, and seriously, it's like, are you ready for the truth? I'm not ready for the truth. You're ready for the truth. Okay, I'm ready for the truth. Twist.
Yeah.
The end.
I haven't seen any of the marketing. I just heard people talk highly of it, went to watch it, loved it. The long takes, beautiful.
Dude, like
fucking beautiful.
Like, dude, that first scene on the train where like it's unbroken for like 4 or 5 minutes, like that reminded me of like almost like Hitchcock, where it's like that really old fashioned style of filmmaking that was so cool. It was like, like because I loved, that's my favorite thing. Like in a movie, if you watch it like after a few minutes and you think back to yourself, wait, have they cut yet? Like, like it's like just, oh god, I love that shit. But like,
and it was a bunch of those scenes tied together, like just long take for like 5 minutes, and then maybe a short take, and then another long take, and it was just like a long thread. Of that.
It reminded me of like the old fashioned style of filmmaking, where literally you're not breakneck cutting and editing around a shit movie to make it a passable movie. It's like you have to have your actors give good performances in the moment, and that makes the movie.
And every shot is intentional, as opposed to like a safety backup shot. Yeah, exactly.
Sure. All right, so Unbreakable, we agree. Fire. Like I love that movie. The only thing I don't like is the title card ending, where it's like Elijah is now, spoilers, Elijah is now in a criminal, where it's like, I feel like if they had like a more emotionally charged ending with Bruce Willis not just walking out, but like him having some kind of thematic realization where literally like he has to, think like maybe like, I can't save everybody, even though this guy like helped me realize who I am. Like, you have to let people go sometimes. That would be a emotional ending. And also then you could like, tie it back in with like him reuniting with his family, where like he lets go of one relationship and the other one's come back in. That would have been good. But like, it just felt like it was like a TV movie at the end of it, which kind of pissed me off. But
yeah, they didn't really need that outro, but I agree. I would agree with that.
No, for sure. But all right, so Split. So first of all, I mean, James McAvoy's performance is like amazing. Like,
he's fantastic. Yeah,
he really is. He's an underrated actor, dude. Like he's so good.
But I think he's gonna have a lot more projects where he's just gonna straight kill it.
Oh, absolutely.
Blow him up even more. But
like dude, like, yeah, he's so good.
Even the girl, I forgot her name, but the main actress in that movie, she's fucking phenomenal. Like, she's in that movie. She's in The Witch, which is my favorite scary movie.
Yeah, dude, The Witch.
Like, that whole cast of The Witch killed it. But she's
the kids are the best part of the movie in the fucking Witch.
Well, except the twins, they're a little bit
sure.
But they're kids. But yeah, her and then the little brother were fucking great. And the parents too. But anyway, yeah, she's a great actress too. Everyone talks about the other dude, but no one talks about her. I don't know her name, but
yeah. Let me. Someone put in the chat the actress from Split, but I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, so Split, I really enjoyed, and honestly, I thought that was it was a return to form for M. Night Shyamalan. It wasn't perfect. There were a decent amount of problems in the film. There were expendable characters, and some people died when they didn't really. Not that they didn't need to, but like it just kind of died suddenly. And also
who died suddenly?
The therapist, I thought was just kind of like, she walks in, the beast grabs her from behind and just kind of like breaks her and stuff.
That scene does go on for a little bit too long. It's like, we get it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like, but you know what I mean? Where it's like, like that character, it felt like it was a sudden thing because like she's been like drawn out the entire film, and then literally, it's like
Macarena time, yeah.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I really enjoyed it. And then so what were your first impressions of when you saw the post credit scene with Bruce Willis?
Oh, so I hadn't seen Unbreakable. Split was the first thing I saw. So
No
people were,
way.
like, freaking out in the theater, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Why is Bruce Willis here? Like, I don't get it." Then I had to look it up, and I was like, "Oh, it's from Unbreakable." So I went to go watch Unbreakable, and then I understood, kind of. But
Yeah, dude. So like, on one hand, as a huge fan of Unbreakable, I was a big fan of it. Like I thought it was great. But then I thought more about it. I'm just like, do you really need to link these two movies together? Like I personally like think that the Split, stood by itself. If they explain a little more about the Beast and like, how that form came to fruition, I think that would have been fine to nix the Unbreakable link. But
right.
yeah, I think that this the bringing it in after like 20 years of like him, not referencing that movie at all, it felt a little bit shoehorned in, but I feel like it worked well enough for the film. Yeah, but Split though, man, I hear they kind of ruined the goodwill they made with Split, or Glass. I hear they kind of made the goodwill they generated in Split and Unbreakable kind of shit.
It definitely is the worst one out of those of that trilogy. Nothing really makes sense. Like, it kind of starts off strong, but then like the therapist. Spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen it.
Yeah, spoilers, big spoilers.
The therapist that catches them, like, she has them in the facility and they're not really doing anything. She talks to them each individually, and then later in the film, she talks to them with them three in the room, like that pink room that you see in the trailer. There's no reason for them to be together.
Yeah.
Like, it's just for us, like, oh shit, they're together, they're kind of interacting, and then she's delivering lines of like, oh yeah, it's all in your head. And she's giving explanations on why he was able to bend the bars and Split. And like, you know what I mean? Like all this crazy shit where I was like, fuck, is it all in their head?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I thought that was a cool route, but then they immediately kill that route because then fucking Bruce Willis breaks out of the fucking thing, and he is unbreakable.
Yeah.
You know? Like they should have entered that earlier in the story to kind of doubt the entire two films before. Yeah. And then like reveal that maybe yes, it's in their head or not.
Yeah,
but they immediately just kill that little mystery. And then the ending doesn't. It's just
yeah. Dude, I heard about it where so like it got spoiled for me, so I don't really give a fuck about it. But the ending is like, wasn't like it's a secret society that's trying to hide the superheroes from the world, and then like it's like
but if that's the case, then why not just fucking kill them?
Exactly, because the only one you can't kill realistically, aside from like drowning him in water, is Bruce Willis, and he's spoiler alert, he gets iced.
And it was just like twist after twist after twist. It was like M. Night Shyamalan was just fucking nutting at the end of the film, just plot twist.
Dude, boom, that's what I heard in all the reviews. Like, no matter if they're positive or negative, legitimately it was M. Night Shyamalan jerking himself off and being like, "You think I'm gonna make this movie? Bam, this twist. You think I'm gonna make this movie? Bam, the twist." And it was like him just being completely self-indulgent instead of writing a good, coherent story. And that's something that Matt said in the Secret Podcast. This may have been the episode with you, or like maybe the one before, maybe 109, 108 or something. But like we talked about M. Night Shyamalan, and when he's not, I don't know, I feel like his movies sometimes don't need a twist to be, completely good or coherent. Like the Sixth Sense one, that one really works because they plant little seeds in the film, and then the twist at the end, you go back and realize, I'm like, oh shit, he looked right through him. Oh shit, like he's looking at that. Oh shit. And the same thing with Unbreakable. Oh shit, you see Elijah in all these, really fucking weird places, and like always knowing all the details about the all this stuff. But then like what I've read is with this fucking twist, you go back and watch the movie a second time, and like you're just like, there's nothing that hints at this twist being an actual reality in the film. So it's like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it just started to not make sense, And the execution of them dying at the end, like, it was so bad. Like, I can't even start on how bad it was.
Yeah, everyone again. We always spoiled the entire movie, but like, come on. So why was it so bad? What happened?
Oh, so basically, like fucking.
I know what happens, but like, I want to know like why it was so cringy.
Oh, but James McAvoy gets shot, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like dying in fucking Anna Taylor Joy's arms, right? Because they have like a weird connection, because she has like sympathy towards him or something is there.
She's one of the broken, but she'll evolve. Isn't that the part with the fucking split? Yeah.
Kind of something like that. But then he's like transferring through all of his different personalities, and there was a powerful moment where like the main personality that was hidden away and split, like Kevin, I think.
Oh, Kevin Mundlecrum, yeah.
Kevin, yeah. He comes out at the end and he's like, I'm not gonna let them take the light from me. I'm gonna die with the light. I thought that was fucking great. But they were cutting in between him and fucking
Hedwig and
Samuel
Patricia
Jackson.
and shit, yeah.
Yes, like Samuel L. Jackson got pushed out of his chair, and he was like, "Oh, I'm dying." It was just so fucking stupid. And then Bruce Willis is being drowned by one of the Secret Service guys with like the tattoo on his hand to show you that, oh, he's a Secret Service guy,
Yeah.
And then the therapist lady comes over, and the guy stops drowning him so he can talk to the therapist lady, and she's like just telling him the plot of the story or the twist, and then they kill him anyway. It's like, why tell him? Just fucking kill him. And they just like cut in between all of them. It needs a movie maintenance bad, but there's potential there. And then they have the twist of, oh, it's a secret society that wants to hide superheroes, right? Which doesn't make sense with the whole plot. And then after that, it's like, oh no, there's another twist. Fucking Samuel L. Jackson was recording that the whole time, and now they're showing the world, and this is gonna be the new fucking revolution, and superheroes are gonna start coming out more, instead of staying hidden.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like I said, it's like when the twist is realized, then you go back and watch it a second or third time. When the twist really has no place in the plot except for the turn at whatever end of the act that you're talking about, it's like that's not really a twist. That's just like you diverge from your original plot point in my eyes. Yeah. Again, the Unbreakable twist and the Sixth Sense twist, and even the fucking the Visit twist. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of that movie, but at least that twist, I actually like. It's filmed like almost a found footage movie where like it's like two little kids go and visit.
Oh right. Oh, what up, Nando?
Nando, what's up, man? How you doing? So like two little kids go and visit like their grandmother and grandfather, or so they think, and like things about them seem just not very, with it and shit.
I remember seeing the trailers and they're like, "Oh, get in the oven." It's like, bitch.
Oh, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Wait, do you care if I spoil it for you?
Go ahead.
It's not a great movie. Basically, these two, so like their mom is not with them. Their mom's on a cruise and send the kids to the grandparents' house. Right. It turns out that like she's FaceTiming her kids one day, and she's like, let me say hi to your grandma and grandpa, and like shows them the grandparents, and then she says, "Those are not your grandparents." And literally, they find out. So they find out these two people broke out of a mental asylum, killed the grandparents, and buried them. And like we're just posing as them to like try and avert from the cops.
But wouldn't the parents drop them off and be like, "Okay, mom and dad"?
No, they rode a train to like get to their get to the grandparents' house and stuff. And also like there's a stupid ass like fucking plot point about like how like the mom's been estranged, but like now they're finally talking again, which is kind of weird because like why would you not want to see your mom after she not talks to you for like 20 years or so?
And then just shovel your children off to them.
Yeah, exactly. That part's kind of stupid. Oh. But like so things like that twist actually serves a purpose. Like it actually gives you a new dimension in the film. For example, at the end of Get Out, like you realize the fucked up things that the Red Alchemist Society was doing to like and how to get black people in the sunken place and like take over their bodies and stuff. And so when you watch the movie again, you see, okay, Rose is being shady to that cop because, you know, the last person to be seen with Chris after he goes missing will be Rose. So, like, that's why it's going to give him the ID and stuff. The reason why, you know, there are white people in black cars that erupt in the at their party is because it's a metaphor for what's going to happen after the auction happens. So, like, those things, that those twists actually recontextualize the movie. But with this, though, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, no, this was just like I said, M. Night Shyamalan just nutting a bunch of twists out just for the sake of it, you know. There's definitely gonna be a movie maintenance on it this summer.
Really?
You know, just saying. Yes.
I'm
I already have
excited.
the premise. I just gotta come up with the fixes. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Are you gonna like frizz your hair like in a perm job and like dye it gray and just sit in a wheelchair? Last name Penguin. First name Armpit.
And then I'm gonna do blackface to cancel myself. Yeah.
Oh God.
That was a joke, everyone. Okay, calm down.
And canceled.
Yeah.
All right, so last topic before we sign off here. So I had not seen this Birds of Prey trailer. So what did you make of it?
Well, the first thing I saw was Margot Robbie selfie of her as Harley Quinn on her Instagram. I saw that, and I thought, like, okay, nothing new. It looks like it's around New Year's time with like all of the kind of like frayed. Are you looking at the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it looks like a New Year's type picture. You know what I mean? She's all done up. And then I saw a video right now that said, like, the necklace right here says Bruce on it, like a dog tag or something.
Yeah.
So, but then like the trailer is just like, it kind of looks like a music video. It's not even a teaser trailer. It's just.
It's only 40 seconds. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not excited. I don't know who wrote it and directed it.
All right. So like I'll be honest, this is one supergroup where I literally, aside from, I know that like Harley Quinn and in some interpretations it might be Gotham City Sirens that she's in, but Poison Ivy is usually in one, and so is fucking Catwoman. Yeah. I don't know who's gonna be in this one because they have to reintroduce, if they're gonna put Poison Ivy and fucking Catwoman, they gotta introduce 2 new characters and then apparently in other parts of the roster and stuff.
Apparently they hinted at some other character. I forgot who it was, but it was
Was it Huntress or some shit? Was that the one with the bow and arrow?
Yeah, something like that. Or like, yeah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead as the Huntress.
Well, I do like her. Yeah, she's a good actress.
I have to see her. Oh, she is. She's in the Cloverfield movie, huh?
Yeah, she's a great actress. She's in the Spectacular Now. She's also the older sister in that.
Right, we talked about that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just looks like another Hot Topic mess to me, to be honest. But I don't know anything about the story. Hopefully it's good, but the design is the same.
Yeah. Actually, I'm reading some articles now where it's like Birds of Prey may try and circumvent the choices they made with Suicide Squad of Harley Quinn's character. So they may try and go back and like kind of, you know, rework her character in this movie, which doesn't really make any sense, like, at all.
They just need to kill the entire DC cinematic universe. Let it just die for like a couple of years.
Yeah, just let it die. Yeah, exactly. Like
just take like 3 to 5 years off, get a solid fucking overarching story for everything, and then initiate it.
But it's not even like an overarching story. Just have the fucking 5 or 6 characters of Justice League have their own solo movies and a little tease. That's all you need. A little tease. And then they all have their own movie and stuff.
Well, yeah, like figure out a timeline and how
for sure. But it's like, I feel like with them, they just got to make good character pieces. I feel like the cinematic universe model maybe just doesn't work for them because like they're trying to do so much in such a short amount of time. Like I think we talked about this where it's like the DC movies, okay, they start with Superman, and then 3 years later, not just 1 or 2, 3 years later, they make the first team up movie where they introduce basically the pseudo antagonist of Superman, and then they introduce Lex Luthor. Then they reintroduce Michael Shannon as fucking Doomsday. Then Wonder Woman. Then they try and make Lois Lane relevant. And they have so many fucking things to balance where legitimately, like, the movie forgets to be a good movie because it's trying to set up a Justice League conflict, right?
Right.
And so, like, honestly, like, maybe the cinematic universe model at least for the time being for them, it's just not the way to go. Maybe just like it's almost like the Justice League cartoon. Like, yeah, they're already all the team and stuff, but like every episode focuses on just one character of the league, essentially, with a couple here and there. I feel like that would be interesting. But yeah, man, it makes me sad, dude. It's like because there are actually some parts of those Zack Snyder movies that I actually think are like not bad. And they're also there are things that I think they make that are relatively minor fixes. I know Nando is in the chat right now, and he did a great rewrite video of Man of Steel that was pretty good.
I saw the part 2.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, like there are ways to work around this stuff, but literally they have like 8 right choices and they make 9 of the wrong one. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. They just need, like everyone says, like a Kevin Feige. Just have one person in charge of the overarching story.
Yeah.
And then hire people that are actually passionate about the characters, that feel intimately towards them, so that they do them justice.
Yeah.
And actually make, like you said, a character piece. Because like DC characters, like they're so
good.
They're like they're the best characters, like honestly.
Dude, for sure. Like I've said it a million fucking times. I think I said in our first podcast together. I read Marvel comics and DC comics. I liked the plots because I thought they're more complex, more interesting in Marvel. But I love the DC characters infinitely more. Like I would say Marvel has my favorite superhero of all time, Spider-Man. But in terms of compelling characters, Batman, fucking Green Lantern was really interesting. Fucking John Johns, Martian Manhunter was really interesting. Like they have so many rich, iconic characters, and I feel like they're squandering their potential just trying to hammer down the cinematic universe model. Maybe it's time for them to abandon it. Maybe it's time for them to just because like honestly, like there really is no mention of the cinematic universe in fucking Aquaman. I mean, it's not a good movie at all, but like
I actually haven't seen it. But
I
don't even want to see anything from DC anymore. Like.
Well,
I'm not excited for Birds of Prey. I'm only excited for Shazam.
Yeah,
that's basically
because like, it'll be interesting because like it's just a different take on a superhero movie that we've ever seen before. It's big meets Superman basically. Yeah. So
it looks like it'll be a good time. It doesn't look like it's gonna be this like Zack Snyder-ish type deal. Not to talk about my man, my best friend, but it looks like it's gonna be like the stakes are gonna be way lower, but it's going to be more of a character coming to age type film.
For sure.
Perfect.
Which is like, not only it serves 2 functions where it's like that lighter tone, one, it kind of resets the morose tone that we've had the entire time, but also we haven't really seen a coming of age film in a superhero film before. So it's kind of like new in that regard as well. So it's like, it's resetting the tone of the entire cinematic universe, at least in some ways, but also it serves as like one of the first real attempts at a coming of age superhero film, which would be really cool.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
Me too. And it looks like it's going to be very colorful and very
funny and
the comedy looks like it's going to hit. So
yeah, like what's the fucking trailer? The punchline of that one. Can I have 1 case of your finest beer, please? And like the lady looks at him, and is like,
it's over there. There.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Everything else I'm not really excited for. Even the new like DC shows, don't really give a shit about. Doom Patrol looks kind of cool because the tone of the trailer was interesting. But other than that, DC, please just stop.
Oh wait, there's a wait.
What happened?
Oh, sorry, I was reading Zack Snyder news where it's like Army of the Dead. I haven't heard that one. Yeah,
I'm excited. I wonder if he's doing that, like going straight to the Netflix route, because he doesn't want to deal with the big blockbuster type thing anymore.
Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
He's tired of it.
But also, I mean, like the direct-to-consumer model has really been pretty fruitful for people. I mean, like look at all the different documentaries on Netflix now. Look at Roma. Roma's been on Netflix, and that's like probably one of the best ones of 2018, in my opinion.
I haven't seen it,
it's quite good. It's a weird film to be like a direct-to-consumer thing. It looks like
artsy.
It's really artsy, but like it's not pretentious artsy. You'll see when you watch it, but it's like I don't know, man. It's beautiful. It's black and white. It's something that you would imagine going to like a revival theater and watching on 35 millimeter.
Right.
Yeah, it's quite good. I definitely would see it. I like Children of Men a little more than this one for Alfonso Cuarón's work, but this comes like second or third, I think.
I haven't seen too much of his work. I've seen
Gravity.
quite a bit of I've seen Gravity. I've seen quite a bit of the cinematographer that he always works with.
Oh yeah. Oh, Lubeski. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did Birdman.
Fucking legend.
Dude,
That guy is like.
Dude, when he works with Inarritu on The Revenant and Birdman.
Yes.
Oh my
Even
god.
with the Coen brothers on what's that fucking movie? Burn After Reading. Like that movie's so good.
Wait, he filmed that?
Yeah.
No way. I love that movie. That movie's awesome.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, and it's like such a basic,
Yeah.
weird story.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Now I think about it, actually, that has a style where it's like that steel, like almost like
Did
silver
he do this
palette.
new Roma movie?
I actually don't know, to be honest with you. Roma.
Because I saw some of the trailers and it looked like it was shot.
Yeah, the almost like fisheye lens and like slow moving camera.
Right.
Yeah. Who did this?
Oh, I need to watch The Revenant again soon because that movie's fucking beautiful.
Dude, that movie was so. It was so visually incomparable to anything I've ever seen before. It was like,
True.
it was just all like its own.
True.
Wait, he did the
Great
cinematography.
film,
Alfonso did.
Oh, he did it himself?
Yeah, and then he also helped edit it, and he also wrote the film by himself.
Interesting.
What the hell? That's crazy.
So he just kind of went back to the roots, went back to the old school filmmaker, I'll do everything type style.
Yeah,
like it.
and so as a last thing, like I'm looking at like the budgets and stuff for like these Netflix like straight to consumer films and stuff. So like this seems like for Netflix, this is like the medium where you can get like a little bit of money, not much money, but like you can make a movie, like you get $15 million like for Roma, and then you have no restrictions. You can do whatever the fuck you want. And obviously you don't make a lot of money with like, this thing barely made even $4 million in the box office because obviously like it was just revival screenings and shit. But
Right.
yeah, like I feel like this could be a medium where a lot of talented auteur filmmakers like Alfonso Cuarón could like really prove themselves like in this model. They're not going to get a lot of fucking monetary praise, but they're definitely going to be able to like exert their craft in a way where it's like just themselves, not the studio being like, do this or do that, which that actually that might serve Zack Snyder pretty well. I mean, like when you give him, like when you give him source material to work from and you give him a little more artistic freedom with the visuals, like he does a good job. I like fucking Dawn of the Dead. I love 300. I love Watchmen.
Right.
Yeah.
So it does seem like that's where like middle movies that are dying out now can have a home
for
on
sure.
Netflix or Hulu and shit.
Yeah.
So that is really good. That makes me excited for the future.
Yeah, you should, I'm not a director. I'm just a humble critic and video essay douchebag. But you can, one day get a Netflix special of, what's a character you do?
Oh, like an already known character?
Yeah, like what's a character that like you have in your videos and stuff? Is like the BDSM guy his own character? Or is like that's just you?
No,
like
I have a new character. We talked about it.
Well, I didn't want to spoil it for the audience.
No,
but,
I know we're not going to spoil it. But
Yeah.
I have a new character that'll be coming up. But no, I want to make like a couple Adult Swim shows that are like, but
that would be lit.
Could be a topic for another time. So,
yeah, we'll bring you on for Return of the Joey for sure.
Sounds good. We should pitch. The next podcast we should pitch our ideas.
Yeah.
Oh no, but then someone might steal them.
All right. Well, we'll pick and choose. We'll put the guns in our back pocket, and then we'll talk about it, after the fact. But all right. Yeah. But yeah, and also stay tuned. Not only for another podcast with me and Armpit Penguin over here, but we're also going to be collaborating on a couple videos in the future. So just keep an eye out for those. We're pretty excited to work together.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
This fucking auteur over here is gonna have the douchebag fucking drinking beanie wearing asshole lonely chemist. I mean, working with them. Wow, I'm honored.
I'm honored as well, man. Thank you.
No,
You're,
no,
you're,
no. Thank you. Thank
you're
you,
a god
Joey.
among us, you know.
All right. I've been
Really?
keeping you too long, so I'll let you get out of here. But this has been
All right,
episode 19.
wow.
19. And this has been Armored Penguin, a.k.a. Joey, a.k.a. Armored Penguin, a.k.a. Juicy, a.k.a. any other names you want to leave with the audience?
Yes, sir. No, that's it. Jesus juice. That's about it. Got it. You know.
All right. And with that, we are out of here. Long Chemist
All right.
Podcast.
Bye, guys.
Peace.